What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Theory Hammer. We're going to take a look at the balanced data slate today. I know it's already been revealed by everyone else, but I'm going to do it as well. There's a whole lot of stuff to go over here. I'm not going to go over everything. That's way too much. But we're going to go over the stuff that matters the most. We're going to go over the balanced data slate. We're going to go over the Minotaurum Field Manual, and there's a third tab up there. I don't actually remember what that is. But we're going to go over the third tab as well. So that's what we're gonna do. If you guys like the video, Thunderhammer the like, subscribe, the bell icon, Nurgle's bell, of course. Check out the other videos, check out the other channel, do all the YouTube things. I'm forced to say it, and I fucking hate it. Okay. So, let me know if you guys like this. It's a little different in terms of format. I've got the thing over there. It's all backward. Got this thing over here. So I'm gonna try to, like, keep my face in frame while also showing you the stuff. It's gonna be a disaster. Let's just get into it. Starting up with the balanced data slate. I made it nice and big for you guys so that you can see. Now, I haven't read this myself. Got like 30 computers. I have not read this myself. I've listened to videos. I wouldn't really say watched. I've listened to videos, but I haven't actually, like, read through this, so. Sisters. Everything in green was the last stuff. Everything in red is the new stuff. Retributors. So each time a model in this unit makes a range attack, reroll a hit roll and a wound roll of 1. If it targets a unit that destroyed an Adeptus Sororitas unit during the battle, add 1 to the hit roll and add to the wound roll. Okay, that makes them a lot more efficient, because now they're hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 4s or better, rerolling 1s. That's pretty good. Cool. So that's what we get for Sisters. Nothing for Custodes. Okay. I didn't realize Mechanicus got this many changes. So all this is unchanged, but this is the new stuff. So we got Belisarius Call. In your command phase, select an ability of the Canticles of the Omnissiah. Until your next command phase, it has that ability. At the start of your... So this is the first one. Invocation of the Machine Vengeance. At the start of your command phase, select one unit from your opponent's army. Until the start of your next command phase, that enemy unit is your Machine Vengeance target. Each time a model in a friendly Adeptus Mechanicus unit makes an attack that targets that unit, reroll the hit roll. Basically, he gives you Oath without the +1 to wound. So, Oath with no +1 to wound is what we get there. Now, he's got some other stuff. Mantra of Discipline. He still has Battle Line. Okay, cool.
Hi, baby.
He still has Battle Line. And he also adds 1 to the objective control characteristic of models in that unit. So, things within 6 inches become OC3? Dude, you could have OC3 Vanguard that make you -1 OC. Dude, a single Vanguard, like, takes your point. Like, that's crazy. So that's cool. That's cool. And then this changed to Stealth. So Shroud Psalm is no longer you get cover, because you already had that. Now you get Stealth, because only half of your army has that. So now the whole thing has it. Cool. Call's weapon. This I saw, and this makes me very excited, because this weapon is very good now. It's Melta 3. 18-inch range, so 9-inch Melta range. Just flat 3 shots. Used to be D3. Strength 14, AP 4, used to be D3 damage with like Melta 2 or Melta 3. Now it's just D6 damage. It's just 3 shots all the time. Yes. Absolutely. Call will just pick up a vehicle now. He'll just be like, that thing, I'm hitting you at AP 5 because I became Battle Line, because my army fucking has to have Battle Line shit. So I'm a Battle Line, I become AP 5, here's 3 shots of Strength 14, AP 5, D6 plus 3 damage each. Okay, I'm down with that. Dune Crawler. No change there. The Eradication Beamer, yeah, this was one of the changes that we got that I already knew about. 3D3 shots. 3D3 shots, okay? At 922, that's okay. But 3D3 shots at 1033, that sounds a lot like a Forge Fiend to me. It's only 18 inches, so World Eater's Forge Fiend, and it has Sustained Hits 1. It has Blast as well, so yeah, pretty awesome. It's not 3 weapons like the Forge Fiend, so it's not 3 individual weapons with Blast, but dude, 1033, yeah, that's a profile that will blow things up. Neutron Laser didn't change. Okay. And that changed the Twin Cognis Autocannon. Dude, they did this last edition. So basically what happened here is they used to have Twin Linked. They lost Twin Linked and they gained extra shots. And then they just added it back. So they were like, at the point when it was originally introduced, it was too good. And because power creep has gotten to the point where it is, they just added it back in, and now it's fine. just to give you guys an idea of where we're at. Las cannon, same deal, twin linked. That's awesome. So you have a 3-stack of Iron Striders, 6 las cannon shots, 3s. There are 3 of them will hit because you're hitting on 4s because you're +1 AP, and that's better. 1 of them is sustained, so you're getting 4 hits, and now you're twin linked. You're gonna get 3 to 4 wounds through every single time, and they're AP4, so you're gonna get like 3 to 4 wounds through every single time. That unit is a little pricey though. Did they go up in points? They might have actually gone up. We'll find out. They might have gone up in points. That didn't change. So Sakaran Infiltrators. Your power weapon went to 4 attacks. Okay. Your Taser Goad went to AP1. That is big. That's really big, because if they're in range of battle line, that's AP2. That always needed to be AP1, so that's good. Interesting. That makes them actually kind of hit stuff pretty hard. And then we have our Transonic. I said it right that time. Transonic Razor and Cord Claw. Anti-infantry 3+, precision, 3 attacks, but 2 damage. Yeah. Anti-infantry 3 up, dude? Excuse me? Precision? 2 damage? Okay, so you have a 5-man unit, 15 attacks, 10 of them will hit, because you'll be +1 AP, because Conquer Doctrine's good. They might be AP3, they might not be AP3, but 10 hits, 5 wounds, well, 7 wounds if it's a Space Marine squad, right? So your character takes 7 wounds at AP2 for 2. That's probably a dead character. If you have a 10-man unit, it's over. That character's gone. Yeah. Cool. That's that. Eldari, nothing. Guard, nothing. Black Templars, nothing. Blood Angels, these did get a change. So our Encarmine Blades, they hit on 2s now for the Sanguinary Guard. Your Encarmine Spear has Lance with 4 attacks now as well at Weapon Skill 2 up. So this is an actual choice, because now you have to choose between Lance and AP3. You have Lance already through a couple different stratagems and things like that, so I'm not sure you need this, but you actually have the choice now. So yeah, that's good. AP3 is probably better. Next, we have the Chaos Daemons. We did get a change here. Legion of Excess. Okay, each time this unit ends a charge move, you can declare it will perform a Seductive Gambit. If you do, until the end of the turn, this unit does not have the Fight's First ability, but instead, each time a model in the unit makes an attack, you can reroll a hit roll of 1, and you can reroll a wound roll of 1. So, not rerolling everything all the time, but, you know, a little bit better. Okay. This is a codex that I haven't had a chance to actually look through. I have a stack of codexes like this big from the edition, because I've been trying to get them all. And more recent ones I just haven't been able to get quickly enough, or I just don't care. So, yeah. Try to do what I can. Malefic Surge. Detachment Rule. Unnatural Fortitude. When this unit is selected as the target of an attack until the end of the phase, select one of the following abilities. Either models in the unit have a 5-up invulnerable save, or models in that unit have Fiona Pain 6+. Not sure what the change here was, but it changed. Lord of Dread. So this starts in your command phase. Okay. And then for your data sheets, your Knight Abominant. Okay, it's only... Come on. Really? Fine. I won't complain too much there. But that seems unnecessary. So basically they made it so only one of your Abominants can use its Warp Storm. One or more of models in your army with this ability can use it. Right? Let's read the whole thing. At the end of your movement phase, roll 1d6 for each enemy unit within 9 inches of one or more models with this ability. It's only D3 mortal wounds, bro. Like, why? I put 3 Vortex Beasts in your face, like, they all work. I don't know. Alright, so that's our stuff. Just trying to move through it. Not trying to spend too much time, because I have shit to do. So, Lionel Johnson, change 2. So his Primarch abilities, he gets 2 of them now. At the start of your command phase, select 2 Primarch abilities. Count it, 2. Until the start of your next command phase, he has those abilities. So that's pretty good. He's got like a CP thing, right? Like an aura of go fuck yourself. And then some other stuff that I can't remember. Moving on to Guard. Death Guard. None. Cool. Death Watch. A big fat none. Drakari. None? It doesn't say none, but none. So, Fulgrim. Each time this model makes a normal advance or fallback move, it can move over sections of terrain that are 4 inches or less in height. He's snaking around, right? He's the snaky guy. Yeah. All right, and so our Bliss Blade got better? Worse? I don't know. Its attacks changed to 4. Strength 6, AP 3, 2 damage. So that's what we got for the Children of the Emperor. Oh my god. There's so many changes here. Okay. So Biosantic Brood Surge first here. Right? Okay. So you select one of those Cult Ambush markers for the evasive Vanguard stratagem. I'll just read the whole thing. Any phase just after an enemy unit ends a move within 9 inches of one or more Cult Ambush markers. Before removing those Cult Ambush markers, select one Cult Ambush marker. Set that Cult Ambush marker up on the battlefield anywhere that's more than 9 inches horizontally away from all enemy units. Okay. I don't know Genestealer Cults well enough to know what changed there. Primed and Readied, 2 CP. Okay. That's probably the one that gives you, like, 5 of criticals or something stupid. Return to the Shadows. This happens at the end of your opponent's fight phase. Instead, okay, so this one used to happen clearly at a different time. I want to say this happened after you shot at them, right? Pretty sure it was after you shot at them. If you didn't kill the whole unit, they could go into reserve. So now it's at the end of your opponent's fight phase, which is when it always should have happened. So that's good. What else? A long shadowed trail stratagem. You select one of the Cult Ambush markers on the battlefield. You can set the Cult Ambush marker up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 inches away. Okay, so it's kind of changed like this one, it looks like. So then the Downtrodden Rise stratagem. This happens at the end of the reinforcement step of your opponent's movement phase, and then until the end of the phase, you can set up your unit on the battlefield without using a Cult Ambush marker. When doing so, set it up anywhere on the battlefield more than 6 inches away. So basically, it's a rapid ingress because of when it occurs, end of the reinforcement step of your opponent's movement phase. That's kind of cool. So it's a 6-inch rapid ingress. And then down here, cell change. Okay, this guy used to give you like reroll hits. He doesn't do that anymore. He gives you +1 to hit. That has some sort of effect with this. This did something with this unit because I've gotten ass fucked by this unit and it didn't feel good. Yeah, so that's what we got for them. Nothing for Grey Knights. Nothing for these assholes. Who are you? Imperial Agents? No one fucking cares about Imperial Agents, dude. If you care about Imperial Agents, you're just wrong. Okay. So, each time an Imperial Knight from your army advances until the end of the turn. Okay. So this is some of the changes to the Imperial Knight Codex that came out, like, fucking yesterday. Run them through. Target an Imperial Knight unit from your army that has not been selected to fight this phase. Full tilt. One Imperial Knight unit from your army that has not been selected to move. And then Vow of Retribution. One Imperial Knight unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot this phase. I don't know the impact here, unfortunately. So, for all of you, I have Imperial Knights. I just haven't gotten the Codex yet. Yeah, things have gotten... releases have just been going nuts. I mean, that and work and everything else. Can't keep up, you know? Data sheet for the Silent King also changed. Okay, so he used to give... this is one that I'm familiar with. He was giving out ignore all modifiers to everything forever. That's gone, because it's nuts. And instead, it's +2 move, which is also very, very good. So that's the only change for Necrons. Orcs, we did get some changes here. So, Bodyguard for boys. Starting strength of 20, you can attach with 2 leaders, but only one if it's a war boss. That's dumb. The Battle Wagon. He takes up the space of 4 models now, Mr. Gazgul Thraka. Okay. Def Dreads, Piston-Driven Brutality. Change it to this. Each time this model ends a charge move, select an enemy unit within engagement range. It does mortal wounds. Okay. Kill Rig is a monster? Okay. Its blades became useful now? AP2? Cool. He can lead... so Gazgul can lead boys now. And regular knobs. So he got 3 times the amount of units to lead. That's sweet. Killicans? They suffer D3 mortal wounds now? Did they always suffer D3? They must have suffered 1 before. Okay, so they changed a little bit. Commandos. They can split into 2 5-man units. Awesome, because that unit was basically unplayable for its point costs. Now, if you split them in half and have one of them that can infiltrate up and the other half not do that, that's 2 60-point infiltrators. I love that, dude, especially with Votann, like coming from that perspective, where my Jaegers can split in half now. Dude, they're so good. They're not good at killing anything, but they're really good at scoring me points and getting in the way. So that's great. I like that a lot. All right, Bubble Chukka. Change 2. Before selecting its targets for one or more models equipped with this weapon, roll d6 to determine which profile it will make its attack with, comparing the results with the numbers shown. Okay. All right, so those are our orc changes. Spez Marines. 0 changes. 0 changes for wolves. Okay, so this gets me really hard. Dude, the Riptide weapon actually became... They finally printed what it was supposed to be since the fucking beginning of the edition, which is Strength 9 and Strength 10. Damage didn't change, but Strength 9 and Strength 10, that's where you want to be. Okay? Strength 10, AP 3, flat 4 damage with ignores cover, reroll 1s to hit, reroll 1s to wound at ballistic skill 3, and you take 3 of these things. They actually kill shit now. Like, you don't need to... Dude, so I've been grappling with this a little bit. In Retaliation Cadre, their Strength 11, AP 4, flat 4 damage. Reroll hits and wounds 1. Like, ignores cover. Okay. In Monka, it's just 6 shots at AP 3 for 4 that have lethal hits. I can reroll all hits if you kill a piranha. I can get +1 AP on both of them, so now they're AP 4. These things are awesome now, and they didn't change in points. They were awesome before. They didn't change in points, and I gotta go to the bathroom. Alright, so next we got Thousand Suns. I think we're almost at the end here. Okay, so the whole army rule changed. If your army faction's Thousand Suns, at the start of your shooting phase, select one or more models from your army with this ability. Oh no. A ritual this turn, and select one ritual no model from your army has attempted to manifest this turn. That sucks, dude. So basically what this change basically means is that when you try to manifest warp time or whatever and you fail, you're fucked. You can't manifest. You can't try to manifest it again. So that sucks. Is that really necessary? Because you just auto-lose, right? Like sometimes... You just put a thing out there to do a thing with the expectation that your powers are going to go off, and then they fail, and you're just like, well, I guess I'm in the center of the table with my unit of stuff, and you just kill the whole thing for free? I don't know about that. Alright, Exalted Sorcerer. So this is a enhancement. Once per battle, when selecting a ritual for the bearer to attempt, you can select Doom Bolt, even though it's already been attempted. Fine. Alright. Lastly here, the Terminator Armor Sorcerer. His Marked by Fate ability changed a little bit. At the start of your shooting phase, select one enemy unit visible to the Psyker until the end of the phase. Each time a model in this unit makes an attack that targets them, you add one to the hit roll. I don't know what changed there. Maybe there's a range on it or something. Tyranids, please don't have a lot, because there's so much text. World Eaters. You're last, right? Yeah. I think. Yeah. World Eaters. Exalted 8-bound, so we're going to change them. Rend and Tear. Each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack that targets a monster or vehicle unit until the end of the phase, improve the damage characteristic of that attack by 1. So they actually gained a good ability against them, which they didn't have before. It's 3 damage, baby. 3 damage, anti-vehicle 3+, AP 3 chain sword things. Chain fists. Cool. That's awesome, you know? That's pretty fucking awesome. And then our Slaughterbound guy, the champion, he now has a strength of 10 instead of 8. That's what we got. Okay, those are our changes for the armies and stuff. Next, we're going to hit up the Minotaur Field Manual. And we're going to make it nice and big so that you guys can see. How's that? Is that good? Okay, so Minotaur Field Manual. This is not that. This is the Tournament Companion. Okay, well, basically the only thing that matters here is this. Challenger cards have been killed in the cradle. Because they were awful. Like, they're just not good. They're not good. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. Nope, that's not it. We're just struggling here. Alright, so we got some stuff in red here. If I terraform an objective in my opponent's deployment zone, can my opponent terraform that objective back? Okay. If I complete a terraform action on an objective that was terraformed by my opponent, is the objective now terraformed by me? Well, yeah, I guess it wasn't that's obvious. I was going to be like, well, of course, yes. But any red? My shit is struggling right now. This is not cool. Dude, PDFs are like wild. This is fucking embarrassing. Alright. How big is this document? What the fuck? It's like 100 pages, dude. I'm done. Alright, the thing we care about. So basically, challenger cards are dead, which is awesome. So this, we're just gonna go through it. My cat is such a weirdo. You can't see her because this is here, so she's being funny. Alright, arrested Thurga and Agatha Dolan. They went down by 15 points. I might use them now. Retributors down by 10 points. So not only did Retributors get better, they went down in points. Celestine down by 10. Cool. Magifier down by 10. Great. Custodes looks like only down. Custodian Guard down by 10 for 4-man, down by 5. So it looks like 5? I don't know. 15 points for a 5-man. 9 Prosecutors is now 75 points. Why can you take them in 9 model units? 10 of them are 85, so they're a little bit cheaper. The Shield Captain went down by 10. He's 120 now. And that's all we get. Nope, that's not all we get. The Venerable Land Raider went down to 220. That's interesting, because this thing's actually pretty good for 220. Pretty sure it hits on 2s, so that's not bad. Vigilators, they also went down a little bit, 15 points for either the 9 or 10 model unit. Cool. Mechanicus. So Belisarius Caw went up by 40 fucking points. Okay. The Iron Striders also went up by a little bit, 5 points a pop. So they're 75 instead of 70 now. So now you're paying 225 for the example I gave earlier. For getting 4 las cannons like through every time at AP4. Okay. This is a lot to unpack as always, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time dwelling on anything. Azureman down 10 to 125. The Avatar's down 20 to 280. Okay, he's pretty good. He's not like he used to be, but he's pretty good. Void Reavers, they went up for a 5-man up to 65, but they went down for a 10-man to 110. Dire Avengers down by 5 for a 10-man and 5 for a 5-man, 10 for a 10-man. Wraithblades 160. I almost said Witchblades. Wraithblades 160. Swooping Hawks plus 20 for a big unit. Yeah, these things are a scourge, dude. 190 for that. So those are our Eldari changes. Yeah, those are our Eldari changes. Astra Militarum. Bunch of stuff here. Bane Blade down by 30. Bane Hammer down by 30. Bane Sword down by 30. So 450 for the Bane Blade, 420 for the Bane Hammer, 450 for the Bane Sword. I don't remember which ones are which. I know the Bane Blade. I don't remember which one the Bane Hammer is or the Bane Sword. I know the Shadow Sword. The Hellhammer... I just don't remember which one's which. Hellhammer's down by 30. Gaunt's Ghosts are down by 10, so they're 100 points now. Combat Engineers are 64.5, so a little more usable now. Anything on here? So Lord Solar is down by 20 to 130. The Doom Hammer is down by 30 to 415. Royal Dorn up 10 for a regular one to 250. And then the Commander is up by 10 to 275. Shadow Sword comes down by 30 to 410. Stormlord down by 30 to 430. And the Stormlord down by 30 to 465. Why is that thing so expensive? The Stormlord's the transport one, I think. Or there's multiple transports, but I think it's the one that has the highest transport capacity. That's the one that has like 40, I think. So Guard, that's what we got for our Guard, and that's it there. Black Templars, no change. Blood Angels, we did get a small change to Sanguinary Guard because our weapons got a little better here. 3 models for 125, 6 models for 260. So they went up for 15 points for 3, 20 points for 6. So I guess you're more incentivized to take. No, because if you just doubled this, it's less than that. So that's stupid. I don't like that. All right, Chaos Demons, Keeper of Secret, goes down by 20 points. The Fiends also went down, 15 points for 3, 30 points for 6, so 95 or 190. What's next? Chaos Knights. So no changes for the Chaos Knights. Chaos Space Marines, Abaddon went down by 10. So he's 270. The Chaos Land Raider, all the Land Raiders went down by 10 like the regular ones. And then the Venom Crawler also went down by 10. Dark Commune went up again to 90. And that's all of our changes for Chaos Space Marines. Ravenwing Dark Shroud, down 15 points to 100. Alright. No changes for Death Guard. They got recent changes. They got like emergency changes. Death Watch, all good things. So 10 Death Watch veterans, 190 points. A Fortis kill team, 180 points. Indomitor kill team, 250 points. Like, dude, these are already good. They didn't need to come down. Spectre's kill team, 180. Talon Strike kill team, 275. Cool. And then a Watchmaster down to 95. Awesome. Very, very cool. Drakari, the Kronos, went down for a 2-model unit to 85 points, so... Are you ever going to take 2 of them? Still no. Emperor's Children, we got some points cuts here. Our Land Raider went down to 220. Fulgrim went down to 340. He might actually be playable now. And he can go over walls and stuff, so maybe he's playable. Keeper of Secrets, same deal there. Minus 10 to 270, so keeping in line with the other Keeper of Secrets. The Seekers, 10 of them is now 80 points. 5 of them is now 80 points, down by 10. 10 of them is now 160 points, down by 20. The Lord Cacophonist went up. Why was he only 60? Yo, why the fuck is a Lord Cacophonist the same amount of points as a fucking call? What? Can we please make calls 60 points? So yeah, the Cacophonist went up to 70. He's the guy that you attach to Noise Marines. I think that's who you attach him to. I don't play them, so yeah. Gene Stealers, Abominant, down 10 to 85. Achilles Ridge Runners. These things are silly. They were in my tanks video that I'm making. They're like the best tanks that these guys have. Still worth it at 95 points. Still worth it at 170 points for 2. You got to take them. They're really good. Adeline Jackals, 85 for 10. Otherwise, I didn't change. Pure Strains down 10 if you take a full 10 stack to 140. The Hybrid Metamorphs, those are the Flamer guys. No, I don't actually know. 70 points or 140. So down 10 or 20 depending. Primus down by 10 as well. He was the one that gave you reroll hits to your unit of stuff that would melt anything in the game. Too bad I never made a video on those, because that unit literally would kill like anything in the game. It was nuts. Land Raider. So we're moving on to Grey Knights. Their Land Raider went down to 220, like I said. The Redeemer went down to 270, and this is something else that we'll see when we get to Space Marines. Their Redeemer also went down to 270. I don't think they have any other changes. Imperial Agents, I just don't care. Your dudes went down, this guy went down, moving on. Holy shit. There's a lot of stuff here. So Helverins, 140. These were already our changes, I think. So Helverins, 140. Both of them. Castellan is now 410. The Crusader went up a little bit to almost 400. He's 395. The Defender is the new one. That's down 10 to 425. The Errant. What's the Errant? The Melta one? He's 375, so down 10. The Gallant is 375, so also down 10. The Preceptor, yeah, 365. The Valiant is 410, so down 25. The Night Warden is down to 385, and really it's the red stuff we care about. I'm kind of just going over these because I haven't actually gone over those points costs yet. So that's what we got for that side. For our Forge World stuff, the Anchoron is 395, so plus 30. The Atropos is 405, so plus 40. The Castigator is plus 30 at 395. And the Lancer is the same at 395 there, plus 30. The Megara, 385. No idea what he does, but he's also plus 30. And then the Styrax, 385 as well, plus 30. Okay. For our enhancements, the Gate Warden Lance got some increases and some decreases. Acquisitor at arms? That's not a word. 15 points now, and so it's up 10 points. Okay, tripled in cost. Purgation's Hand is 20 points, so it also doubled in cost. Vengeful Tread, though, is -5 to 15. I don't know what any of these do. For Questorus Companions, Crushing Condemnation is +5 up to 10 points. Herald of Triumph is 15 points, +10. Pennant of Silvered Fury is now 15. And Wormslayer Divination is now 10. And then for Valorous Strike, the Bearer of the Iron Chalice is now 20. Okay, we'll have to revisit that at some point if I can get my hands on the Codex. So, Leagues of Votann, my little boys this edition, no changes here. Necrons. Triarch Praetorians, still coming down in points. 90 points or 180, so down 10 or 20. And then the Silent King also came down a little bit to 400. Orcs, all kinds of changes for Orcs. Beast Boss is down to 110. The Big Mech with Shock Attack Gun is down to 80. Boss Snickrot is down to 75. He was 95 fucking points before, bro. Why? Flash Gits down to 160 for a 10 stack. Mazrog Scragbad, 140 now. Mega Knobs. So for 2 models, 65. For 3 models, 95. For 5 models, 160. For 6 models, 190. For Ludas, for a big unit, so 8 Ludas and 2 Spanners, 100 points. So they were up to 115 for that? Why? They're all the same. It's not like you get like... It's not like a Scourge unit where the first 5 guys you get have the heavy weapons and the rest have nothing. So anyway, they're now 100 points. War Bikers are 65 or 130. The War Boss in Mega Armor is 80. Looks like those are all of our changes for Orcs, so that's going to be pretty significant for Orcs. Aggressors, no real change. I mean, they did go down a little bit if you take 6 of them, so they're 200 points now. Assault Intercessors with jump packs, they went up to 170 for 10, which I don't think people were really running those. Maybe in like Blood Angels or something, but you just take 5 mans, right? Ballistus Dread, up again. This thing was like 120 points at one point, dude. Now it's probably a little overcosted. I feel like it was fine at 140, but now it's 150. Blade Guard Veteran, this also makes me sad. Not think this was necessary, but they're now 170 for a 6-man unit, so up 10 there, but the 3-man is still 80, so, you know, it's cool. If you want to take little 3-mans, which don't do anything, you didn't get hurt. The Gladiator Valiant, down 10 to 150. The Land Raider, 220. The Land Raider Redeemer, 270. Yes. Give me them Land Raider Redeemers. This is also pretty interesting. The Redemptor Dreadnought went down to 195. You might see Redemptor Dreadnoughts now. Again. Reboot Gilliman, he was not enough points. He's still not enough points. He's 340 now, and really, really good. Space Wolves, we did get a few changes here. All negative. Arjack went up by 10 to 105. Blood Claws, if you take a 20-man, they went up to 285, so plus 15. Ragnar went up to 100. Thunderwolf Cavalry went up to 115 or 230. Ow. Tau Empire. Broadsides went down for some reason. So they're 80 points for a single, 170 for 2, or 270 for 3. Commander Farsight went down to 85. Fire Knife guys went down to 120. They were 130 before. Sunforge went down to 140, and the Firesight team went down to 60. That's awesome, dude. Super duper awesome. So for the Thousand Suns, our Land Raider went down to 220. The Zangor went up, so Zangor Enlightened are 55 for 3, or 90 for 6. If they have the Great Bows, they are 160 or 110. The Shaman himself went up a little bit to 60. The Infernal Master is now 95. Magnus went up by 15 to 435. Now, how are you going to do this to this faction twice? How are you going to make their shit worse and make their points more expensive? Twice in one fucking edition. Magnus is up. The Vortex Beast is up to 175. Rubric Marines are up to 105 for a 5-man. Scarab Occults for a 10-man went down to 360. Secatars, they went down just overall. They're even better now, so they're 80 or 160. Regular Sorcerer went up to 85. And then we have the Grand Coven, so the Eldritch Vortex of Ataf, the one fucking one I couldn't pronounce. 35 points now. Cool. Alright, that's that. Tyranids. Gene Stealers. 140 for a 10-man of Pure Strains. Turbigon. 160. Okay. Mawlock. 135. Still useless. Maybe. Neurolictor down to 70. I think that was all the changes here. Yep. Alright, so for World Eaters, this is going to be our last one. Angron went down to 360. Their Land Raider went down again to 220. Chaos Spawn went up a little bit. These were very good. So they're 90 points now. Still worth it. Chaos Terminators, 175 or 350. So 5 or 10, just depending. 8-bound. Thank God these got a points drop. And I called this. I think we all knew this was coming. They're just not durable enough. They come in, they do great. Most of the time. And then they just die. They don't have feel no pain anymore. They have fucking 3 wounds with a 5 bin bone. I'm like, hey, I'm an enemy Forge Fiend. I just kill your whole unit. It's like, cool, dude. It was half their points. So these came down 135 or 270. So just double, you know. And same deal here. Either 140 or 280 for the Exalted. And remember that their weapon got better. Well, not their weapon. Their weapon got better because of their ability. Their ability is +1 damage now against monsters and vehicles. Pretty good. Forge Fiend, this went up to 170. Still really good. You're still going to use it. Karn the Betrayer went up to 100. Still really good. Still going to use it. And that's what we got for Forge Fiends. Okay. So like usual, this is going to be a pretty big shake up in the meta. I can't tell you at the time of recording what's going to happen. And I don't want to spend a bunch of time speculating on different things just because I don't want to be here forever. And I want you to stop watching this video now. So there's a whole bunch of things that changed. I'll look through here. If I find anything that I think we need to talk about, then I'll make a video on it. But that's going to be, what's today? So today's September 15th. That's going to be our Dataslate update for September 2025. Whole lot to unpack there. AdMech got cool stuff. Tau, the Riptide became really good. I just love Tau. Like, I don't know how people don't win with Tau. Yeah. So that's going to do it for this one, I think. If you guys liked the video, Thunderhammer the like and subscribe button, hit Nurgle's bell, check out the other videos, check out the other channel, leave fucking comments, do all the things. They're very hard. And I'll see you guys next time.